240 US dollars. That's exactly the amount you have to pay when you get these top 5 things. Not from the packing list, but these are the top 5 things which other people forgot during their holiday and which they would have loved to take in. So that's why I want to present you here this information. And some of them, they can even affect your health. So it's super important to check out this video. Hey, my name is Chris. I'm the author of Punta Cana travel blog and the creator of Punta Cana Masterclass, and I'm here today to show you the best packing hacks for your Punta Cana holiday. I've been living in the Dominican Republic for 7 years, have worked in the industry for many years as well, have visited over 50 all-inclusive resorts, and have done all the excursions and all the things to do in the area. And I've seen thousands of people complaining about things they could have avoided or about things which would have not been necessary if they would have planned their holiday properly. And that's why I'm here with my channel Punta Cana travel blog, and I'd love to show you all the travel hacks and secret hidden gems of Punta Cana. If you're wondering what to pack for your holiday in Punta Cana, here's your ultimate guide for your trip. Especially if you tend to forget things, or if you're worried that you will forget some things. Because forgetting or not packing properly can get pretty expensive, especially in Punta Cana. Of course, you can buy everything there, but especially if you just want to stay in your resort and then you have to buy things you forgot at home at the resort shop, this gets super expensive. And of course, you bring probably things like your charger, your passport, your clothes, your swimsuits, and so on. But there are some things which people tend to forget because they are just not thinking of it. And to determine those things, there was a recent survey in my Facebook group about, in Punta Cana. And this survey, the question was basically, what are some things you didn't pack but wish you would have? And to help you with this and to make sure you don't forget those important things, I took the numbers of all those answers. As you can see here, there have been more than 185 comments. Of course, not all of them have been genuine answers on the questions, because as always in a Facebook group, people are laughing, people are discussing, people are commenting some weird things, some weird stuff. But I took all the genuine answers and made the numbers and collected them and put basically if a thing was mentioned twice, I calculated twice, 3 times, 4 times, and so on. And with these figures, I made a list, and with this list, I could figure out the top 5 things other travelers thought that it would have been great to have this on the Punta Cana vacation, but they didn't have it. So either they had to spend the vacation without those things, or they had to buy really expensive in the resort shop or once in Punta Cana. And those top 5 things I want to show you today, because even though I'm talking a lot about my experience here in the videos, also on my blog, I also want to show you what other travelers are thinking. So in those 5 things, they are just starting right now. Just make sure to watch until the end, because there, after position number 1, basically, I will also show you a lot more of the answers. They are not that frequently happening, or it's not that frequent that people happen to forget them, but they could also be important for you depending on the type of travelers that you are. So make sure to watch until the end to see this list as well. So let's start with number 5, which was mentioned 7 times, and this is mosquito repellent. This is a pretty obvious thing, but apparently people forget it, or people are not thinking of it, and then when they are in the resort and they feel, oh, there are some mosquitoes, that maybe then they think, oh, it would have been good to buy it, because such a bottle in the resort shop easily sets you back at $30. So let's get 2 bottles if you are, or 2 sprays if you are a couple, and this is easily $60. So mosquito spray, you never know. With mosquitoes in Punta Cana, there can be mosquitoes, there can't be, you can be lucky, this always depends, but it is impossible to predict this. So it also won't help if you ask your fellow travelers, hey, you have been there 3 weeks ago, did you have mosquitoes? They can say yes, they can say no. This absolutely doesn't have to do anything with the probability if you have mosquitoes or not, because this depends on so many conditions: the wind, the weather, the climate, the rain, also if the resort recently fumigated, even the location of your room. It can be in the same resort that some people have mosquitoes, some others not, and also, you know, the blood, the smell of someone. So this is impossible to predict. That's why the best is to just take mosquito spray and you are safe. Number 4 in this list of the things people people thought they should have packed but didn't are reusable straws or stainless straws. The reason here is that most of the resorts, they have in the meantime, they changed to more economically practices, so they don't use the typical one-use straws anymore. So either you don't get straws at all in the resort, or you get paper straws. And if you have had those paper straws in the past, you probably know that those are not so super convenient, especially if you use them for a long time. Just imagine you're in a pool bar the whole day, you're mingling around, and then the paper straw after 20 minutes, it's basically gone. It's just like a wet paper, and you don't want to have this in your mouth. So bring your reusable straw from the States, because this one is also, yeah, it's pretty important. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure if you can get it in the resort shop, because I've never looked after it. I think so you can, but you can easily calculate with $10 to $15, which you have to pay here to get such a straw. And by the way, don't be surprised about the photos. Those photos I take, at least the one in the center, this is AI generated, because it was much easier than looking in my 2000 or 3000 resort photos if I have some photo with a straw. So I hope this is okay for you. The photo on the left, obviously, this is a real photo. This is from Reusable Beach. So just for your information here. Number 3 is a first aid kit. This was mentioned 12 times. And this is very important, because if you don't have it, it can really even affect your health. If you're missing some pills or some plasters or something like this. Of course, the resorts, they probably at some point they have a first aid kit, but if you really need something, until the point you found someone who has access to it and you found the place who knows about it, better have your own. So this is much more comfortable, and it's so easy to bring it. Just don't rely on the resort pharmacy, because if you have to buy something there, it will be pretty expensive. Just a small first aid kit with let's say some fever pills, some band-aids, maybe some plasters, and a little let's say cream for mosquito bites or whatever, will easily set you back at $60. So this is why bring it from home. It will make your life much more worry-free. And before we continue with number 2 and number 1, please also let me know in the comment if there has been already something in the past which you forgot and which you would have loved to bring. This can also help other travelers, or maybe you even have been in Punta Cana and you forgot one thing. So please comment, and also please subscribe, because if you'd love to watch more of those kind of videos, I need your subscriptions, because otherwise the YouTube algorithm won't help me a lot. So please give me a like and a subscribe, and then you can be sure to see many more videos here about the travel hacks in Punta Cana from my experience of working in the industry, living in the country, having visited all those resorts. So I'm super happy to share them. And you can also check the blog if you need further information. Number 2 is the insulated tumbler. This is a favorite, especially among many Americans, because your drinks will stay cold. They are pretty big. You don't have to go to the bar that often, and you can have your own. It's nice to have such a insulated cup instead just of not a plastic cup, but usually the resorts have multi-use glasses or cups, because they can't use obviously crystal glasses close to the pool or the beach. So this insulated tub is, mug is everyone's favorite, especially if you hang out at the pool bar. And you see here 15 people mentioned they would have loved it during their vacation Punta Cana, but they didn't bring it. So buy your own at home, because otherwise you have to buy it in a resort shop. And this is also easily $30 to $40 each. So let's say as a couple, this is again $60. And number one is the sunscreen. And this is really, really interesting, because everyone takes sunscreen, of course, nobody forgets it. But the thing here is that people usually forget to bring enough. And this is, with all those 19 people who mentioned it, they said, I would say 50, no, more than 80% said, I didn't bring enough sunscreen, because they just brought one bottle, maybe one or two bottles, but this one bottle they used already at the first day or the first 2 days. And that's why they had to buy it really expensive at a resort shop. And here again, a bottle costs at least $30, $35. So if you're traveling as a couple, you need to spend $60 to get 2 resort bottles. And that's why I've taken you also the photo of this many sunscreen bottles, because it's really important. The Caribbean heat, the Caribbean sun is really intense. The sun will burn your skin, and you can easily use among 2 persons. If you're the whole day on the beach and the pool in the sun, you easily need 1 bottle per day, maybe a bit less, but this also depends on your skin. This depends how often you're in the sun and so on, when you start in the morning, when you end in the afternoon. So the important thing here is bring enough sunscreen, easily 3 or 4 bottles. Otherwise you have to buy it really expensive in the resort shop. And you can see from all those things, just those top 5, in the beginning I said you save $240. I didn't calculate the resort straws with it, because I mean with this maybe you can live without. So, but just the first aid kit, the tumbler, the sunscreen, and also the mosquito repellent. If you have to buy this in a resort shop, that's easily $240 US. So I hope this video was helpful for you. And now, as promised, I also have some more proposals and suggestions what you bring. And you can see here, those are all the answers which have been mentioned once, twice, or 3 to 5 times. Here you don't need all this stuff, so please don't go shopping now and buy this whole list, because there are some things, as I said, it's just mentioned once or twice. So think about what you really need. And if you have specific questions about this, let me write it down in the comments. You can ask me about my opinion. And I'm happy to answer it to you. For example, if you need snorkeling gear, if you need aloe vera, if you need a day pack, if you need water shoes. But it's too long for this video now, so that's why I just put it here on the last slide to help you even further for your packing list. So I hope this was helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe, please, for more updates, for more helpful travel videos about Punta Cana. And if this was helpful for you, I hope to see you on the next video. So see you soon, and have a great planning for your holiday.